Okay, here we are, C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. Hey, today is all about you and how you can make an impact in corporations, organizations, associations with groups and teams of fantastic people. And also at the same time, combine you being the category of one doing the thing that you do, the things that you do in the way you do it that no one else on the planet can even touch. Okay. And to be that kind of advisor. So I am so thrilled to be leading this discussion because teams are, it's an important topic to me as well. And I love when I think that this is one of the things I've loved to do my entire career and life is get in the line of where the world is going. And so to be an early adopter, how many of you know what I'm talking about? Being early adopters and to be able to move into something like Teams, which is really fantastic. So before we get started, big shout out to you, Susan Younger, in your fantastic program, Humanitarianism. Oh, it was rich and it was fantastic, our program. And of course, our replays are up. Angela Fowler talked about, hey, hiring for champions, and she is leading the incredible movement about bringing accessibility out to the world. So let's make business and life accessible. And she's an extraordinary person. Be sure to connect with Angela on LinkedIn and Susan and Sheila talking about style and your brand. It was fantastic. Thank you to you, Julia Lynn. Your program was fantastic. We've got a lot of views on our YouTube channel. Thank you. I also led a program on high ticket success. And you can see every Thursday, we're on another afterburner with our partnership with C-Suite Network. And I just got off a call a few minutes ago with Trisha Ben, CEO of C-Suite Network, and we are doing a major, major launch. Guess what? To our faculty partners in corporations and associations and organizations. And I'm so excited. We're going to talk about that next Thursday. But to kind of do another little recap, we're all about how to make more money, make a bigger impact, help with the issues that are important right now. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner, burnout. It's a hot topic. How many of you have been reading about burnout? And we did a great program on that. Thank you to you, Carol, LinkedIn Leadership, the category of one. We got all kinds of great stuff. And of course, big shout out to you, Suzanne, for your new book that's coming out. Thank you, thank you. Be
Thank you.
sure to put in
Can
the
I just say there are
please.
some I don't know, some objects that are in
Mm,
the way on the
mhm.
slides, in all the slides.
Okay. Thank you, Suzanne. Are you still seeing it that way now?
Yes. Yeah.
You are. Okay. Ladies, it
I
is
don't see
not,
any slides. Are there slides up?
Yeah.
Oh,
there should be slides up.
oh, weird. I
Oh,
don't see them.
Might be
oh.
that you are in the wrong tab, Julia.
I'm in gallery.
Yeah. Uh, there should be if you have the later
Yep.
version of Zoom, you should have tabs on the top of Zoom and
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
can
okay.
switch
Yeah.
from meeting to screen.
Gotcha. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Thank
I never
you.
noticed that. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, we're a helping council, aren't we? We're a helping council. Thank you, right? And hey, tech is always changing. Hence, this morning, my slides do not seem to be working. But can you see the curious question on the screen? So today's topic is all about teams. Teams. And I'm curious, what is your experience with teams? I'm hoping you can see that slide. Yes, good. So I'm curious, when you worked in maybe your career in corporate or an organization association, or maybe even now and in your life, what has been your experience with teams? And my experience has been actually phenomenal, by and large, challenging, part of the teams are dealing with different people and their behavioral styles and their communication styles and the politics and all kinds of stuff. But by and large, my experience is teams have been fun and really, really a great way to get work done that makes a difference. But how about you? I'm going to jump in and get your take on teams. Corinna, thank you. Yeah, teams.
But teams, not groups, yes?
Well, you know what? How about if we expand the topic today to teams and groups? Yes, absolutely. Right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you asked because it's very distinct, very, very different animals. And so
Yes.
um what's the experience? It's a very broad question. So in
I
teams,
know.
it's a very different challenge, even getting the right agreement in place, because now they're not working on their individual goals together, but they're all getting individual value out of it. But we're working on one direction together versus group coaching where I might set a theme for, like, for me, one of my groups is leadership communication. So to get stronger in that. So then the way to moderate that for me it takes on a very different dynamic. I find team coaching more challenging because I really have to make sure that everybody aligns under one common goal versus what's in it for me. Sorry, it's not just about you. We're a team here. And so that I find challenging also with and I'm getting trained right now in a team coaching certification that's the solution focused approach. And the contracting part, I think I'm learning right now that I've done a lot wrong in the beginning about the contracting to make team coaching work properly. That's my
Yes.
experience
Yeah.
so far. So
Yeah. Complex.
complex.
Complex. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. And Suzanne, you had your hand up as well. Experience on a team or coaching teams.
Yeah, that was my question, because I was more directing my answer to be a part of a team or a leader of a team, not
Yes.
coaching. So I thought maybe I misunderstood the question when you talked about teams, coaching teams. But yeah, for me it's all about how the leader set the team up,
Mm.
and how he or she show up, and if you are having your fingers in all the cookie jars of the team and you want to control
Yeah.
and you want to do everything because you know how to do it, then it's not a team.
Yeah.
It's a group
Yeah.
of individuals. But if you train yourself in EQ and learn
Yes.
how you function yourself and how to regulate yourself, you free up time so that you can be more of an servant, assistant, supporting leader and manager to your team. So they get to have autonomy and they can express their ideas. Then you have a team.
Yes. My gosh. And what you just said, along with Corinna, there's so much there, right? I mean, this is a very complex, it's a complex coaching and consulting opportunity. It's very complex. And just so think about the other thing to think about, and Susan, we'll come over to you in a minute, is if you have an individual offer, something that you're offering one person, what I would love by the end of our short time together is to encourage you to think about, okay, how can I take what I'm offering as to an individual, and how could I expand it to a team within an organization, a corporation, a business, that type of thing. It's really, really a powerful transformation you'll go through. And I'm going to point out that the opportunities are huge right now. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Susan, jump in. What's your
Dawn
experience
had
with
her
teams?
hand up before me, so I'd love to have her comments out there. Go for
Okay,
it, Dawn.
thank you. Jump in.
Can you jump in, Dawn?
Am I on? Oh, am I muted?
Yep,
See,
you're on.
there we go again, that stupid mute
Yeah,
button.
that's okay.
Believe it or not,
Let's get rid of that tech gremlin, ladies. We got some sort of tech gremlin. Let's just get rid of it. Yes. Thank you. Dawn.
I used to lead very, very large teams. I had 13 directors that were a team. I had 45 managers underneath them, and then I had about 400 people under them. Um, and so what I really found was I would find a leadership style that fit the group for the team that I was overseeing, but really let my directors manage the teams below them and then them manage the teams below them. Coming in stating that, I always wanted everybody to know what the other team member was evaluated on. So I did a lot of cross training to bring the team together. So when we started making decisions as a team, some people had to give up that they, what their goals were to make sure somebody else accomplished theirs. And so once you really got everybody in the room to understand the objective of what the team was supposed to do and not what they were individually supposed to do, it was easier for them to feed that message down to their teams. And so just being very consistent in your delivery of what that message was. But then when I had them individually, I was their leader who they needed me to be. So I could be very direct with one person needed me to be very, very direct. Another person needed me to ask a lot of questions and lead them. And so my leadership style was very, very different individually than it was when I led a team, because it had to fit the individual that I was leading.
So many great insights, and my goodness, the opportunities for us as coaches and consultants and advisors to also bring in some assessments, Susan, Bank and DISC and Hogan and whatever we're working. I use those all the time because boy, communication is complex with teams. Yeah, thank you very
And
much. Very good, Dawn. Susan, jump in.
well, and I love that everybody's brought up different aspects of it, because as a consultant and coach to a group, you have to understand what part of it have you been brought in for a specific segment of the business, or have you been brought in as somebody who's going to create team that maybe hasn't been there? Your purpose that you were hired for may be completely different on each one of your clients, because the needs of that team may be completely in a different direction than a team that's functioning, but maybe has one odd duck that isn't fitting in and nobody knows how to engage them. Or in other cases, you've got, as Dawn was talking about, multiple teams layered, or multiple teams almost looking at each other as competition. All that framework has to be set up so that when you interact with the ones you are engaging with, you know how to show them their role and how to still show their individuality at the same time. And I think that becomes a much more complex thing than most people thinking, oh, all I have to do is share my wisdom and it fits everything.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. My gosh, yes. So this is such an important topic. Yeah, thank you. Susan, jump in, dear.
Yeah, I just thought when Susan talked about these odd people that seems to not fit in. I have a son with ADHD and autism, and people with, I don't know if I say it right in English, but neurodiversity are 15 to 20% of the population. And they need totally different things than the, I don't know, but the normal. Yeah, or yeah, there's some other word for that. I don't recall it now, but yeah. So that is also something to pay attention to when we coach or consult within companies, that people don't, yeah, their brains work completely differently to mine, for example.
Brilliant, brilliant boy. Yes. So I want to share some stats with you because these are things that our partners in corporations, organizations, associations that they're dealing with is how do they bring people together and how do they, as a team, accomplish the goals, meet the objectives, and remain competitive, etc. So thank you. Such great points. Ladies, love this. So thinking about teams, I think it's really important to also think about, right, what's the experience I've had, because team performance, it's so incredible because right now, read any publication, the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Bloomberg, any news feed, SHRM, L&D, executive publications. And now the hot thing, and I'm sure you've noticed this, is that organizations are prioritizing team performance. And there was a study that SHRM just recently did that said 67, as you can read on the slide, 67% of organizations say that team performance is going to be the big driver for them in the next 2 years. Especially, ladies, when it comes to, and colleagues, here is that it's hybrid teams and also bringing together AI teams, the work from home, return to the office, everybody bringing people back together and having a team approach, and the investments that people are making. And I will just say what I have read is many of the DEI investments that were being made. Now, again, this could be controversial, but do your own research with your clients. But DEI investments that were going to be made are now being shifted over to team development. Are you seeing this also for yourself? Yes. So individual leaders are now being challenged to become team leaders. And it's a skill set that is, as you just pointed out, it is a very complex and very rich and powerful skill set. Okay. So whether you as a coach, consultant, advisor, you are the team coach, so to speak, you're the person who's brought in to lead the team, or what I like to do is I like to do a lot of train the trainer kind of things where I'm training and developing the team leaders to become stronger team leaders, and to help them. I have a methodology that I license to them and they're certified in that, and team success IQ, and therefore they then are able to deliver to their team. So the models are extremely exciting. Okay. And of course, there's a blueprint, and I just want to skip back a couple slides because I think that this is something that we really want to talk about, is that the reality is I just got off the phone yesterday afternoon with an executive leader in a Fortune 10 company whom I'm speaking about being her executive coach. And she's talking about exactly all of these things, is that in things that you already know, of course, that AI is shifting works, but it's actually the teams that are going to be involved with implementing. And there's concern, of course, that performance is slipping, trust is slipping, managers are stressed, and also, the quiet quitting and the quiet firing has not stopped at all. Okay. So it's interesting how teams take people from individual silos of work and bring them together in different ways. And so comments, raise your hand, anything that you're thinking about, and it's interesting when someone, for instance, they're going to do, let's just say they're going to do a project, they're going to do something on the outside of work, maybe they're going to do a bodybuilding competition. Hey, they bring that kind of energy and that type of focus and that discipline and everything that they're doing, they bring that into the workplace. And teams can align around all these kinds of attributes. Okay. So jumping in to also what's possible, and I'll come over to you, Susan, and to Corinna as well, is, we know what's happening out there. We've got the quiet quitting, the quiet firing, we've got challenges. DEI B is being challenged all over the United States of America. But guess what? There's an opportunity for you to support high energy teams that are using AI. And so if you're an AI enabled coach consultant, let me tell you, you've got the tickets right here. You've got the tickets to be able to convey that to teams. And you're not only reacting to what the client is looking for, but you're actually leading transformation. And one more point that I want to share with you, the thing that I love the most about coaching teams is that literally it's 5 and 6 figures monthly. Okay, 5 and 6 figures monthly. I'm not going in and I'm not selling or pitching sessions or workshops or training programs. No, I am partnering for transformation. So I just want to jump in and get your point of view on all of this, okay? Because it's a major opportunity that you have. Jump in. Susan, please.
You know, my experience because of what I did building department stores, your teams were frequently made up of people from different industries having to work together as a team to complete something. So you had to understand their mindset being driven towards their component of the work. And especially when you're now looking at teams coming together to create AI and have it be cross-functional in so many different directions. The languaging that they use, the way they look at their portion as most important instead of equal value sometimes creates those different synergies. And then as Susanna pointed out, the difference in you've got some people who are incredibly skilled, but their ability to engage with a group is very difficult for them. And they still have major contributions to add to the betterment of the project. It's teaching people to have the respect for their expertise and not make it about this is the buddy I want to go for a drink at the bar with, but more I love the fact that he brings this new perspective to the team that helps us to complete what we need to do in an effective way. And he approaches it in in a way that gets it done fast because he is so focused.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So can you see that when you have your individual offers, you can be able to plug your offers into a team component. Perhaps it's high stakes negotiation, communication, dealing with conflict. I mean, I got to tell you, my entire 6 month curriculum at one particular client was all about healthy conflict, how to deal with conflict, because the company at the time was just dealing with so much dysfunction. And so working through that, and it took time, because the culture, we're not only helping to change individuals and teams, but also making a difference with the culture. So yeah, it's an exciting opportunity, and it's one I have to tell you is so financially rewarding. And I want to encourage all of you. We'll talk about some next steps, but I want to encourage you. This is a hot thing to get into. Yeah. And to expand into more opportunities. Yeah, Corinna, jump in, please.
Yeah, I mean, this couldn't come at a better time, Kathleen. I think I need to probably connect with you after because I have an opportunity to speak at LinkedIn Talent Connect. I'm one of the speakers there, and I'm slightly nervous. I'm next to the big shot guys from Adobe and Snap, and these speaking there too. So that's all great. But exactly to your point there, I had somebody on the inside that said, like, we really want you as a speaker there, but are there certain things you can touch on, like, clicking their fingers, like, can you do a little bit of AI? Can you do a little bit of team coaching? So these are, and I can just underscore what you're saying, these are hot topics. If you can position yourselves in those areas, great. I'm trying to go along the same lines of what you were just saying. If I can do it on an individual level, can I do it on a group coaching level? I already have proven that. How do I take it to a team coaching level? And how do I then articulate it in a B2B setting so that, because, right, it's the one-to-many sales versus the one-to-one sale, because we all want to get out of that conundrum, I would think, of selling one-to-one, because that's just exhausting over time. So I just want to say thank you for hosting this. And yes, you're like right on the money there with the topic. So
Thank you, Corinna. Yes, very good. Well, it's a very interesting opportunity because it's looking at transformation, I believe, in a different way. That transformation is, from my perspective, it's accomplished by a bunch of by individuals that make the choice to come together for a greater good. And the skill set that this requires, the individuals, is so incredibly powerful. And I will just share with you the model that I love and I use with all of my clients is being a team coach, and also then individually, part of my team members is we individually coach the leaders in the team, okay? Because stuff comes up and individuals need individual support as well. And so, coaching and mentoring and consulting the whole, that that combined with individuals is the sweet spot, ladies. I'm just showing, and that's again a conservatively 6-figure per month opportunity, because it's that blend of group and team and also individuals. And this, my experience too, is this has led to very, very deep relationships with the individuals that I'm coaching, that then maybe they've chosen to leave the organization. Well, that relationship continues with them. So the opportunities are really, really tremendous here. And it's complex, and it's a lot of what you're doing, Carol, with asking. I spend so much time in discovery mode, understanding what are the issues, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, doing major discovery in the organization to root out what's happening, why is it happening, what's the impact, what's the implication, all these great juicy questions we love, right? Yeah. So, any of your comments, thoughts? We're doing a lot of asking before we jump in and start to diagnose and prescribe. Yeah. Okay. You're all on board, right? Okay.
And I
Sounds pretty
think
good.
in relation to that asking, I think part of it is a lot of times a company will come to you and say, this is our problem. And yet you have to ask them to discover, is what they have assessed the real problem, or is it the symptom of a deeper problem they haven't really done enough digging to uncover? So you could go in thinking you're solving a problem by answering questions to one level, but where the problem is even deeper, because the team may not have been forthright in presenting all the things that they are feeling or experiencing, for fear of how that will create judgment for them as an individual and component of that team.
So incredibly beautiful, Susan, what you just said. Yes. How many of you, having experience either being on a team, in a team, or being a coach consultant for a team, that you go through a honeymoon period where everything is just sweet and nice? Everybody tells you, oh, everything's good. We just, we kind of need to work on our time management, or we need to be able to work on a little bit on our communication. And then you get in, and then it's like, oh my goodness, we've got this person who remembers that one comment from, years ago and is still holding a grudge, and people are having side meetings under by the stairwell outside of the building. It's like whoa, it is so complex. Yes. So I am curious for each of you, having an aspiration to investigate or grow your team coaching business. What is this going to require of you as a powerful coach consultant? What's it going to require of you? Because this is another level of a game here, ladies. I will tell you. Yes, yeah. Corinna, jump in, because it's not easy. It is not easy. Yeah,
Dawn is first, I think. She has her hand up.
yeah. Please go jump in. Yes, thank you.
Okay. No, I would say,
Dawn, thank you.
as I know, it's probably different on the consulting side, but you don't have the time. I was the person that they always sent in to fix failing teams. And so I was sent all over the United States to go in and fix failing major teams. The best advice I was given when I started my corporate career was never make a change in the first 60 days. So if you make a change in the first 60 days, it's solely out of ego, and it's not about what's best for the team or the campus. So I used to run for-profit universities. I was the president of University of Phoenix and DeVry, just to give you a background. And so that was, I would sit for 60 days. I'd attend all the leadership meetings and all the team meetings, and it's funny, the cancer finds you. So that is the one thing I learned very, very quickly, that the problem with the teams normally sought you out because I was not vocal and I was just sitting there. And all of a sudden, it's those people that are very uneasy because they don't know what your motive is and they don't know what you're doing. And they seek you out to then bash everybody else. And so I learned a lot within those 60 days. But as I've always coached executive leaders, that, when you walk into any given situation, you can't walk in knowing anything. You've got to check your ego at the door, check your biases, come in with an open mind, and just sit and watch and learn, ask lots of questions, don't give opinions, but man, I'll tell you, on that 61st day, I would rock the world and make some major, major changes. But that's because I was coming from a place of knowledge and how the team was already interacting. And it's very easy. You can weed out what's going on if you're just quiet and
Right.
just ask questions.
Right. Yeah. Brilliant. 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 Yes. 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 And, the complex situation that, to understand, and as coaches and consultants and advisors, we're in tune. We've got a high EQ and IQ, of course. And this client told me last night that she, as an executive leader, prefers to have outside consultants and partners come in to do this team and group and executive coaching because she can be sure that we have no sort of biases to begin with. And so what she has found, and again, this is not to bash internal coaching, hello, coaching is great, is that she's found that people can be pulled and swayed, to your point, Dawn, is they can be pulled and swayed to set up alliances with different factions and different teams based on, based on their culture and their political affiliation, so to speak, within the organization. Oh my gosh. So we get to bring the unbiased, powerful perspective. And of course, remembering who is hiring us, right? Is this a CEO, a C-suite initiative? To understand who do we truly have to have an alliance with is, that's another conversation as well. So yeah, very complex and exciting. Yeah. Corinna, jump in and then we're going to complete our time. Yeah.
So Dawn has more patience than I have. I've heard that, not to make that change, but I also, like, when I was in my consulting days, sometimes you don't have that much time. You have to create the turnaround quicker. But good to you for keeping like sitting on your hands like that for this long and biting your tongue, perhaps. What's the biggest challenge? I want to be very transparent here, Kathleen. I think the biggest challenge that also kept me from not selling some things to B2B that are ready to sell. And I've worked with Ray Dalio's team, like principals, because I'm certified in Hogan 2 and DISC and all of that. But then, got principal certified, believe that he has a great product there, especially the team edition of that, especially to work with teams, and haven't kicked that over the edge. And so I think the biggest challenge is an internal one for me.
Yeah. Got that. Good. Thanks for bringing that up. And I think that's very common. That's very common. So let's jump in and just have a little, just a wrap up here. And, what's really possible is that, and this is what, organizations really want, is they want high performing, energized teams and individuals. And there's transformation, and there's a lot that can be different in the workplace. And to be able to have a framework that you use, and we're going to talk about how we can start doing this, but a 6-figure team blueprint, so to speak. One that I use is, obviously do the assessment have an assessment process of the teams, the organization, the cultures, and then move into activation stage and then move into amplification, getting people to immediately get to work. Part of my theme is I help people work better together. It's so simple, but it's I help people work better together and focusing in on what's the ROI. And this is the art and a science, as you know, but we're packaging and putting together value. And it is not, what I have noticed is it is not content, it is truly transformation. And please never underestimate the quadruple win with your clients, that they win, the organization wins, the family and the communities of the person to whom you're coaching and the teams win. And also, I believe the world wins. So that quadruple win. And, what I know does not work is, as I mentioned, generic training, not really having any metrics, no strategy, not aligning what the team is doing with the business outcomes. What are the business initiatives and imperatives? And of course, understanding executive speech, and language and, being really up on all of these things. And if we don't know, we ask, of course. So completing our time here is let's help solve expensive and difficult problems. Okay. And let's package what we're doing as transformation, not really coaching, and also connecting to the business results. Because what I know for sure is when we connect what we're doing, high value fees, to the outcomes and to the business impact and the implication, if it's not addressed, we really get this great privilege to be a 6 and 7 figure coach consultant. Okay, so here we go. You have an option, you got options. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, which is cool. But also, you have an opportunity from today's program to start to think about, hey, how could I start to move into being the category of one when it comes to having a program, having a methodology, a framework, and to be able to think about, okay, how can I take my one-on-one offers, maybe even my group offers, and move it into kind of a corporate team type of focus. So with that, I want to just mention a couple upcoming things. And one way we can start doing that is today at 3 p.m. Eastern, C-Suite Network, as you know, is hosting Keith Ferrazzi. And Keith Ferrazzi is going to talk about co-elevation of teams. So today we get this great privilege to hear from Trisha, Ben, and Keith. Really, really good. Go to c-suitenetwork.com in the calendar. You can get the link on there. And of course, next Wednesday, I am hosting a special masterclass, which is going to be the tactical parts of how do you land corporate VIP and high value clients, whether they're teams, groups, executive coaching, all of these higher value, high ticket types of programs. And so it's going to be from 1 to 4 Eastern, where we're actually going to get into your offers and we're going to be able to pull them apart and corporatize them and be able to find ways that you can do more of a one-to-many with a high value offer. So feel free, tiny URL /C-suite C-suite WCCC in women's coaching and consulting, August 27, 2025. And this is on the C-Suite Network calendar too. Okay, come join us. It's going to be really fantastic. And no theory, all tactical and strategic actions. And of course, next Thursday, hey, we're talking about how we're going to be implementing our roundtables. I'm so excited. Be sure, if you're an esteemed faculty member, if you're a member of our council, next Thursday, everything 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about the implementation starting in September of you being a roundtable, a executive roundtable leader with your ideal clients. We're excited about that. And of course, caregivers. How many of you know that caregivers, it's being highlighted tremendously within SHRM and organizations. Supporting the caregivers in the workplace is one of the hottest topics in addition to teams. And so we're going to bring in, I have HR leaders that are going to be coming in and talking to us about the impact of how caregivers need to be treated in the workplace and what they're doing in their organization to support caregivers. So that's on Thursday, September 18th. And then finally, questions, comments about our council. Schedule your one-on-one with me. I've got a lot of time. I've opened up between now and the end of the month. Would love to connect with you. Okay. So with that, what's your biggest takeaway from our time together? We've got about 5 minutes left. I'm curious what your biggest takeaway is. I love to do this because we want to put a bookend and say, you know what, that's what I got from this. Maybe this is one thing I'm going to start doing. Good. Just jump right in. What's your biggest takeaway? Major opportunity is mine. I'm excited to get going on this. Yeah, Carol, please.
It was, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot of money. I would like to do that.
All right, excellent. And it is. It is. I cannot tell you how exciting it is. And I should probably stop the recording, but to see two of my corporate clients in like just 1 month, six figures, six figures, six figures. It's like, I love this.
Yes.
Makes it really fun. Yeah. And there's no doubt it is a challenging thing to do, but well worth it financially. Yes. Yes. Thank you. And by the way, with one engagement, I gained 15 pounds over the course of 6 months. So there's a cost to it. There's a cost to it, which we will discuss in our council, is that intensity comes at a cost. So we got to work on that. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else, your biggest takeaway from our time together? Suzanne, Julia, Susan, jump
I
in.
will. I really enjoyed meeting all of you guys. This is Dawn, obviously.
Thank you, Dawn.
The girl in the black box. And
We're glad you're here.
I've gotten a lot from you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I was just obviously stepping in to see what this was all about. Really liked it. I'm in the process of building more high-performing teams again. So I've been out of it for about 8 years, left corporate America, and now headed back in. So this definitely was something I needed to hear, and all of your great insight. And then I also wanted to back up Keith Ferrazzi. If you guys get a chance to log in this afternoon, he's great. I helped him launch his first book. Well, maybe not first book, but it's one called Who's Got Your Back. It's another great book by Keith Ferrazzi. I helped him with his book tour. Wow, way back in 2010, I think is when that happened. But he's really great. So it was awesome to see that he's presenting today.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. Come back and let's schedule a time, and we'd love to have you as part of our council. So feel free, jump in. Calendly, Kathleen Caldwell.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Good. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Susan, Julia, Lynn, Suzanne, biggest takeaway.
Yeah,
And we'll complete. Yeah.
I think, Dawn, I so enjoyed what you shared because I think you exhibit, and my takeaway is on all the women on this call, the importance of true leadership. Leadership is such a rare quality. Teams are teams, but when you're the head of a team, you are carrying a mantle of energy that we all know what it's like to have a boss or a leader that we just can't relate to, or we think, how did they get where they got? Because I know more than they do, that kind of thing. But Dawn, I just loved your 60 days. A good leader will look at all sides of everything, and also that rush to the person who's new in that position. I'm so familiar with that too. Like all the troubles just kind of like a magnet come to you because they're like, oh, fresh meat. I can get to them first and tell them who the real problem is,
Exactly.
I really appreciate the high level of leadership I see in every single woman in Kathleen's, in this C-suite. I really do. And of course I see it in Kathleen. So that's my takeaway. You guys, your leadership abilities are just shining and very inspiring.
Thank you so much for that nice compliment. I would just say I had great mentors and I listened to everybody. So it's taking bits and pieces away from every person that you meet, like walking away from this call, taking lots from you guys. And it's checking your own bias and just being humble and figuring out what's best for those around you.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
great mentors are great leaders too. That's
Yeah.
like
Right on.
a wonderful
Right.
circle. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, and we're going to talk about in future sessions mentorship initiatives, how we can be launching with our clients mentorship initiatives. I'm doing one right now, I'm very excited about, as well as resourcing ourselves so that we can be the best we can be to serve our CEO clients, to serve our executive clients, our teams, our groups, all of that. Yeah. Suzanne, take us away. Susan, any takeaways that you'd like to share? And we'll wrap up.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we for all my professional life, this has been a thing that has been an issue like forever with the leaders, bosses, managers, whatever you call them. That it can be good, that can be bad. They can be like they have the title because they want it themselves. They don't care about the team, and still we are here in this meeting talking about all the good things about being a true leader and inspiring the teams to work together to create teams and teamwork. But why aren't we further ahead than we are? If you look at Gallup's surveys around the state of the global workplace, it's like shocking.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's
Yeah.
and we know what to do, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
so many opportunities for us, Suzanne, right?
yeah, and I got inspired, and my brain started to work. So thank you for that.
Excellent. You're welcome. Yes, yes. Very, very nice. Good. Susan K. Younger, take us home, girl, and we'll
You know,
complete.
I love the fact that you bring up great things and it brings so much out of everyone. Everyone puts in their bit of experience.
Yes.
It's not about them telling us you do it this way. It's about this is what I experienced. This is what I have had good luck with. This is what I didn't. And being able to learn together about what we need to do to move things forward. And yes, Susanna, so much the fact about uh, everybody's talking about how fabulous AI is and what it can do, and yet we are still at a point of how do we engage as human beings to be the best that we can be within a team of other human beings. And that is not a question that AI is going to solve without human beings.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, we're demonstrating great teams here, aren't we? We're a great team. So with that, lots of love to each of you. Can't wait to see you very, very soon. And let's go out and team, let's do it. Thanks very much. See you
Thank
next
you.
time.
Can I
Bye-bye.
have
Lots
one
of love
minute,
to you.
Bye.
Kathleen?
Thank you. Let me stop the recording. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, it was just around